Have you ever caught yourself stuck in the cycle of complaining? Complaining about the weather, traffic, work, or just life in general? I've been there. But here's the truth. While venting might feel good in the moment, it keeps us stuck. It keeps us drained, and we push people away. If you're ready to break free from complaining and start thriving, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Ling Absent, a certified executive and leadership coach. Today we're talking about a habit that many of us fall into without even realizing it: complaining. I'll share 3 powerful strategies to help you stop complaining, shift your perspective, and start thriving in every area of your life. Let's talk about why complaining, while it might feel good in the moment, is actually bad for us in the long run. Complaining reinforces a negative mindset. The more we complain, the more we train our brains to focus on problems instead of solutions. Research in neuroscience shows that negativity rewires our brain to become more attuned to negative thoughts, creating a feedback loop that keeps us stuck. Complaining also increases stress and releases cortisol, the stress hormone, which can harm your physical and mental health over time. Constant complaining can put a strain on relationships. No one likes to feel like they're carrying the emotional burden of someone else's negativity. When we complain frequently, it can drain the energy of those around us, making it harder to form deep, meaningful connections. People are naturally drawn to others who uplift and inspire them, not those who drag them down. Complaining wastes precious time and energy that could be used to make positive changes or pursue meaningful goals. It keeps you in a victim mentality where everything feels out of your control. This mentality can limit your ability to grow, problem solve, or thrive. Instead of creating momentum towards the life you want, complaining creates stagnation. Now that you've learned some of the ways why complaining is unhelpful, here's 3 strategies that can help you thrive when you feel the pull to complain. When I was in my 20s, I loved to complain. I thought it was a way to connect with my friends, to find common ground through shared frustrations. But one day, a friend told me I had a negative mindset, and it shocked me. I've always saw myself as a positive person, but she was only seeing the part of me that constantly complained. Here's the first step to stop complaining. Shift your story. Complaining often comes from a need to validate our own experiences or feel right about a situation. But ask yourself, is this story helping me or is it keeping me stuck? Instead of focusing on what's wrong, focus on what you can learn or do differently. For every complaint, identify one thing you're thankful for. It's a powerful shift in perspective. If you need to get something off your chest, set a timer. Give yourself 5 minutes to vent, and then move on to solutions or positivity. I like to tell my friends, I just need a few minutes to vent and let me have at it, and then I'll move on, I promise. It turns out that my friends like hanging out with me more when I complain less. We get to focus on doing things we enjoy instead of pulling them into my drama. Complaining often comes from feeling powerless. But instead of venting about what's wrong, ask yourself, what can I control? What can I influence? And what's out of my hands? If you can influence the situation, take action instead of complaining. Maybe that's talking to someone and trying to change their mind, and maybe it's trying to get buy-in. For things outside of your control, focus on activities that help you accept the situation. I'd like to pause this video to talk about what I mean by accept. In Wikipedia, acceptance in psychology is a person's recognition to the finality of a situation without attempting to change or protest it. Accepting doesn't mean condoning it, and it does not mean agreeing with it. It means you're no longer hoping that things are different, because you cannot change the things to make it different. One of the biggest drawbacks of complaining is how it affects your relationships. No one enjoys being around someone who's always negative. It feels heavy and draining. Thriving means creating an environment where both of you and those around you can grow. Here's how to cultivate a positive presence. Catch yourself. Notice when you're about to voice something negative. Pause and ask yourself, is this helpful or is this necessary? Redirect the conversation. If you find yourself slipping, say something like, enough about me. What's going on with you? Or, even though this didn't work out, I'm sure things will sort themselves out. Be the energy you want to attract. Surround yourself with positive, growth-minded people. Model the same energy you want to see in others. Here's the bottom line. If you find yourself obsessive about complaining, it might feel good in the moment, but it holds you back from thriving. By shifting your story, focusing on what you can control, cultivating a positive presence, you can create a life that feels lighter, more energized, and full of possibility. Remember, the way you show up impacts your personal and professional life. People want to connect with those who bring solutions, optimism, and energy, not complaints. What's one thing you can do today to shift away from complaining?